Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is transhumanism and speech manipulation. Many people have heard of transhumanism as it will basically be a merger between humanity and artificial intelligence. But there's more to it than that. Also, the merger will be the male and female principle, the eradication of gender. And some people have spoken about this, but I would like to take it one step further. And this is where the speech manipulation comes in. If you ever want to know what makes magic the most effective, is speech and terminology. If you believe that you can do something or you believe you cannot do something, you not only program your subconscious, but many angels, demons, or even extraterrestrials, if you're a star seed, they basically will just say, well, they can't do it, so we won't aid them. Or we'll make sure that the negative aspects that they spoke will come to pass. And with transhumanism, there's a group in the United Kingdom, in Europe, that basically wants to remove certain terms. Let me give you an example. They no longer want mother or father used. They want birthing partner used. They also don't want the term homeless used. It's the economically disadvantaged. And when you go somewhere to a venue, it's no longer ladies and gentlemen. It's welcome everybody. Let me tell you the danger in that. And this is not to attack transgenders, but I have to be totally honest. And this honesty may be brutal. With the so-called bathrooms, and there was some pushback by what people have deemed as the woke community, where you have bathrooms for the transgender. So you can go in either male or you go in female. The whole thing is anything that is normal merely becomes pervasive. It's not natural. So this one person do it, it must not be too much of a problem. Just like you have good programming, you have bad programming. So the children now are being programmed to accept everything because it's for their greater good. Don't believe me? Do you know that it's young ladies now that all they have to do is physically be desirable? They don't have to know how to cook. And also, let's say you go over to their apartment or their house. You got to wipe your feet out when you get outside. Or you have some young ladies who are single mothers, and I'm not demonizing them, but you have some women who are single mothers, and they'd be like, oh, well, all I want him to worry about is school. So he don't need to learn how to tie a tie or cut the grass. I mean, there was one youth I knew of. He was 13 years old, didn't even know how to cut grass. That's pathetic. Because it's pervasive. That's why I said you can work with certain spirits because they realize how powerful speech is. Like Wrongway, you can work with him from the Ars Goetia, and it's other demons that you can work with as well as angels. What the daemons will do is they will manipulate your throat chakra. So not only will you be able to speak the language that daemons will understand, but also you will be able to understand what they say to you telepathically. And we have to remember, we late to the party, a lot of us. Because Brave New World by Aldous Huxley was written in 1932. And basically the sole premise of it was this, that the state will control everything and they will manipulate technology. This was written in 1932. Just like in Behold a Pale Horse, what William Cooper talked about, as well as A. Ralph Epperson, Unseen Hand, about the shootings that also how men would be emasculated. And then you can also look at the so-called Handbook of White Supremacy by Neely Fuller, when he told his contemporary, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, men were going to be wearing dresses in the 80s and 90s. And she didn't know how to absorb that. She said, no, that's not going to happen, because the so-called Black Power movement technically did not end until 1974. It didn't end till then. So what had happened? For those that don't know, remember there was always this push to do some things. Like, people just thought like the Flip Wilson show was an anomaly. No, they had In Living Color men on film. And a lot of people don't know about David Allen Greer. His father was a CIA asset, and he wrote a book that was popular back then, Greer and Hobbs, called Black Rage. So the whole thing is, there's going to be this manipulation and eradication of gender. And that's transhumanism. That's the goal, because, okay, well, gods don't have a gender. Yes, they do. Angels may not. But one thing about angels or daemons, they will come to you with an energy that you find acceptable or you're comfortable with. And the thing is, if you have too much order or structure, that leads to chaos. Balance is everywhere in the plant kingdom, the universe, even the movie It. Pennywise the clown was a demigod of chaos, but the turtle was benevolent. That was order. And Pennywise came to Derry in 1775, Derry, Maine. Even the people that have watched Moon Knight, you had Amit and you had Kanzu. Kanzu was a manipulator, but Kanzu said, I give people choice. Amit was like, nah, I just take them out and I'll figure out the rest later on. You have to give people qualitative information, and you're not going to do this, because there's many races here. There's going to be clones, androids. That was spoken of in the Encyclopedia of Occultism in 1923 by Lewis Spence. So they're trying to destroy certain things by using these terms: grimoire, grammar, spell, spell casting, spell work. Come on now. This is what they're doing. You need both principles on any dimensional plane. So that's something for everyone to think about. Because whatever happens, like in the UK, comes to the United States. Just like in the United States, whatever happens in California or New York spreads. Domino effect. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.